Okay. Hopefully you've had a good break from our chatter in the previous game. Unfortunately, both of us, me and Christiana, we were both busy with our games and warm-ups and other responsibilities. But we are back, and we are back with an exciting international matchup of DTS taking on Salaspils, the locals taking on Lithuanians. Should be a pretty interesting game. I'm sure that DTS will come firing after their games, after being properly warmed up, and Salaspils will try to continue their dominance. Žvirblīte with a great grab behind her back and into the end zone for number 21, Gabija Gaube, scoring the first, grabbing the first point of this game. So DTS was there with a clean hold for themselves, and Salaspils will be looking to respond in kind to that hot start from DTS. I'm Dmitry Doroshenko, happy to bring you this game from the sports halls, from the stadium hall of Ogrē at Baltic Ultimate Frisbee League 2020 for 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. We are playing 3 stages, of course. First stage was in the previous year, and then 2 stages on this weekend, so basically 1 yesterday and 1 today, and Kristiāna Buldure showing us some dancing moves in the end zone. Nicely held on, maybe a slight overthrow from Podoma, but yeah, Buldure was able to elevate for that disc, and almost apologetically, maybe she should have read it a little bit better in her opinion, but that is still a score, and that is still a clean hold for Salaspils. Nice to see the hall is filling up. Some of the players from the open division are coming over to finish their day. We were playing in the second location earlier. There are still games there being played. Ooh, lots of pressure from Arefjeva on Kundelīte, but Kundelīte managing to hold on to this disc, and now Žvirblīte and Petrauskaite are holding on to this disc, and that is overthrown by Žvirblīte. Kundelīte not able to run it down. Milda apologizing there, and Gusare picking up the disc for Salaspils to go the other way and try to get a break, and that is a hammer. Arste was looking at the empty space. Unfortunately, both of the cutter were on the back foot. They were not able to attack that space and change the direction quickly enough to grab that particular disc and that particular point. Žvirblīte starting us over, gets it to Gaube, and Gaube into the end zone for Barbora Kundelīte for a hold. So not a clean hold, but a hold nonetheless. 2-1 for DTS. DTS in the lead. Podoma was the disc fielding the pull. No, sorry, that was Oh yes, that was Podama. True. Gasine now. Nice upline into the end zone for Elsa Gusara for a 2-2 equalizer. So 2 clean holds for Salaspils, 2 not so clean holds for DTS. Well, at least one of them was clean. Second one, a little different. Regardless, 2-2, very even game. Gusara with the pull, Reznikaite fielding that, Žvirblita. First reception, Gaube, Reznikaite. Swing to Žvirblita, Žvirblita finding Vaichulita. And that is an unfortunate drop over here, and Podama gonna pick it up. Grabe now with the disc, patiently waiting for the cuts to develop. Orlovska on the far sideline, the far side of the field. Now Arefjeva, Skuber for Buldure. Arefjeva and Buldure are scoring the majority of the points for Salaspils, and this time it was the scorer's connection into the end zone. Great Skuber. Relatively easy for Buldure. I think Orlovska was also on the backup if it would be needed, but it wasn't. It was not required. Still worked. Still works for Salaspils. And that is a break actually for Salaspils. So 3 Salaspils, 2 DTS. Petrauskaite, the veteran player of DTS, gonna break that pull, gonna bring it in. Gasine on the mark. Linkovičiūtė was with the disc, got it to Kundalita, and Linkovičiūtė with a Skuber of her own into the end zone for a nice grab. Great throw there from Liepa. Linkovičiūtė for Gintara Petrauskaite. DTS, pull of their own. Yeah, first pass was covered, still covered. Podama getting open, finally finds some space, and comes as a handler to help into the end zone for Helena Orlovska, as I'm getting a fist bump from her twin brother. Orlovska in the end zone with a nice upline cut, and yeah. Great grab, great score. Still edging ahead. Salaspils 1 break ahead so far in this game, but DTS are not letting up. Reznikaite, that was a little bit... I mean, the throw maybe was not perfect for Kundalita, but there was also a little bit of contact from Julia Arefjeva there, and accepted. Quick discussion, very nice to see, very good spirit. I think both players are very spirited over there. And Reznikaite now getting reset on the very back. Gaube pushing it to Žvirblita, and Žvirblita with a nice upline pass to Barbora Kundalita for 4-4. Yes, it is an equalizer. However, DTS started on the offense, so they are trailing by a break at the moment. Pull is fielded by Gasina, Graba, high release, and Gusare into the end zone for nice and easy score for Kristiana Buldure. No frills, quick score, perfect blade, nice reception. 5-4 for Salaspils. Pull. Oh, I would probably break that. However, Nilda Žvirblita deciding not to, but now trapped in a coffin corner. Finally gets a scuba out, and Kundalita saving that possession. Vaichulita goes back. Looks like there's gonna be a call. A pick was called. So yeah, looks like Jeva Grabe is arguing that she should be able to catch up to Gaube. Or not, maybe. I think there was a pick, but it did not affect possession. So she was just wanting to continue playing as the possession was not affected. Kundalita, or nothing was affected really. Kundalita into the end zone for Reznikaite for another equalizer. So 5-5. On the scoreboard, DTS still trailing by a break, still looking for that break. Is this going to be the point where they get it back, or will Salaspils continue their run of clean hold? Let's see, and we will find out. Gasina once again on the receiving duties. Gusare looking for Podoma, can't really find her. Finds Gasina. Yeah, lots of pressure from Linkovic-Vita. Now Orlovska gets it to Gasina. Gasina looking for option, needs a reset, can't really find it, still count getting high. Finally Podoma gets herself open, and a hammer into the end zone for none other than Kristiana Buldure, the fellow commentator, and yeah, great receiver, who basically lives in the end zone, I think. Another score for her, unsurprisingly. Great hands, great reception. 6-5, still up by a break. Our Salaspils, DTS still looking for that break, but they need to hold now. First you need to hold, and then you can try to break. Reznikaite fielding. Žvirblita and Reznikaite on the handling duties. Now Kundalita is getting a touch on the disc. Kundalita swing to Žvirblita. Reznikaite and Kundalita continuing their possession. Kundalita swing to Žvirblita. Another swing to Gaube. Gaube well marked by Grabe. No real options. Vaichulita and Reznikaite trapped on that sideline, on the far sideline, but this time Kundalita managing to tow it in. Arefjeva banging the wall in frustration. I guess she misunderstood that cut or a throw. I think she was close enough to collect that, but not this time. So it is another equalizer from DTS. 6-6. Very, very close game. Salaspils only getting one break a little bit earlier in the game. Still looking for opportunities for a break. Will DTS put their zone, I wonder? That would be interesting to see. Orlovska, bit of space, but not really elected for that shot. Ogrē and Podama. Now Ogrē getting involved on the near side. Ogrē. Played into the end zone for Orlovska. This time Orlovska finding herself with slightly better positioning and slightly better separation than earlier in the point when she was looking for score. And that's halftime, so 7-6. Salaspils essentially winning halftime. As they will also receive in the second half. DTS this time starting on their on the defense. Podama, few fakes. And Gasina finding herself with a disc swing to Arste. Arste back to Podama, another swing to Orlovska, who's coming into the handler space. Arefjeva is available, so is Podama. And over the top shot for Gasina. Not an easy grab for her, but well done. And Podama completely wide open. Looks like her mark either peeled off or was shouting for a switch, but that switch never came. So yeah, Salaspils edging ahead. Another clean hold. Only clean holds for Salaspils this time, 8-6. Still that break up, and yeah, that was a crucial break in the first half for them. Ogrē with the pull, fielded by Reznikaite and Linkovičūte. And is that a Callahan? Looks like Reznikaite's gonna argue that, but let's have a look at that again. Maybe that was a simultaneous catch. And the simultaneous catch will go to the offense, but interesting what the discussion is. I would assume that the argument is that Ogrē grabbed that disc first, but looks like they have decided that it was a simultaneous catch, so Reznikaite will retain the possession, even though Karklinš was signaling that it is a point. Players on the field decide otherwise, and I could say disc never lies, but it did look like a simultaneous catch and an unfortunate drop from DTS. So Salaspils elated, I guess, by the prospect of Callahan getting into the end zone. So Ogrē is still doing that. A little bit more work than earlier, but that is still a point. Point is a point, and that is still a break for Salaspils. So 9-6. And DTS are back on the counter-offensive, looking to score their offense. Quick dish from Kundelite to Žvirblite. Now handlers are getting involved. Kundelite and Petrauskaite. Reznikaite now. Swing to Žvirblite. Žvirblite. Kundelite. In the middle, looking for something to develop, but there is not much movement there. Žvirblite now getting moving, and a blade into the end zone for Kamile Reznikaite. Looks like the coach of DTS is getting involved and helping them a little bit. Dovydas Gauba, of course. I think his brother is still not here, still recovering from his injury earlier. It could take him a while, but hopefully he will be nice and ready for the outdoor season. Grabe fielding the pull, Podoma. Longish pass to Arefjeva. Arefjeva signaling to some of her teammates, but elects to swing, and looks like there was a miscommunication between Arste and Grabe. They were not sure if it's the disc going to be high reception for Arste or a low reception for Grabe. In the end, neither of them received that disc. Mitkovičiūtė looked for options, finally found Kulikauskaite. Kulikauskaite surveying and finally finds Reznikaite, and Reznikaite couldn't close the hands on the disc, and the opportunity of a break unfortunately is dropped onto the floor. Whoa, that's some sticky fingers from Kristiana Buldere in the end zone, just in, and great grab for her. Yeah, what a game she's having. Whoa, yeah, that was a tough one. That was not an easy grab. Almost climbing the wall out of excitement. Salaspils, yeah, once again edging a little bit closer to the win. So 3 points now, 2 breaks ahead of DTS of Lithuania. Oh, that's gonna go back to at the very back of the end zone with the defense already set. So Reznikaite did not manage to stop that. Interesting decision. Not sure which part of the rules I should be looking at to justify that. Regardless, players agree on the field. That's all good. Žvirblite to Arste, but I'm not sure if there was a contact earlier between Podoma and Kundalite. Players are discussing if anything was affected. Looks like it was not affected, so the new hand signal could be useful in this particular situation. Yes, we do have a new edition of the rules, and there is a new hand signals, not affected. There is a play on and there is another one. It's very similar. If you ever seen the USAU hand signals, it is very similar to a stall out, but instead of tapping yourself on the head, you just show that the disc basically flew over your head. So either uncatchable or not affected. Regardless, yes, we are continuing our game, and that is a throwaway, unfortunate throwaway from Milda Žvirblite. Sorry, almost let me put my teeth back into my mouth. And Grabe gonna grab the disc and go the other way. Arste into the end zone. Is Buldere gonna do some heroics once again? No, not this time. A little bit too far for her. I think Arefjeva and Buldere both tried to do something heroic on that near side, but that didn't work out for them. So Žvirblite getting the disc back, and the DTS are getting the disc back. High disc, floaty, well attacked by Gaube from Petrauskaite. And Gaube into the end zone for Žvirblite, who is making good on her earlier mistake and collecting that point. DTS still staying close within 3, so 2 breaks essentially, but well, as it is the second half already, they basically need 3 breaks to win. Not very easy to do against that Salaspils squad, who looks to be firing on all cylinders, and one of the cylinders, of course, is the fellow commentator Cristiano Buldure, who is doing all kinds of heroics in the end zone and showing us all kinds of sticky fingers. Liepa Mitkovičiūtė coming with the defense. Nice defense, great awareness. Read that play like a book and knocks that away. Maybe showing some nerves or maybe too confident are Salaspils and Elsa Gusare with the defense. Great awareness as well in the end zone for her. I think that hammer was a little bit too floaty, was a little too high, so there was enough time to adjust under that. And Helena Orlovska with the disc. Swing to Grabe. Grabe to Buldure. Manages to keep the toe in. Buldure tries to push it to Gusare, but not enough form on the disc. And another turnover, so DTS getting the disc back. Petrauskaite too high for Kundelite, and Linkovičiūtė was not able to also run that disc down. Not an easy one for DTS. Bit of an errant throw from Petrauskaite, who is normally quite confident with the disc. Grabe once again, and asking Elsa to start cutting as she did, but there was a travel. Looks like a wrong line was chosen to check the disc in. Grabe. High release to Gusare, and Orlovska getting involved. Reset is available, taken. Grabe to Gasina. Gasina looking for options, finds Grabe. Another swing and a high disc for Orlovska, saved by her. Gasina once again now trapped on that far sideline. Nice bailout shot to Grabe. Gasina, and Gasina blade into the end zone for elevating Buldure, and great score for her. Nice hops and big ups for Buldure in the end zone. Nice and early jump. Taking the disc at the high point for a game point for Salaspils. 12-8. 3 breaks, but 4 breaks necessary for DTS, as they have fortunately lost the advantage of starting the first point on the offense. Žvirblite deciding to play that particular pull that looked a little too high. Arefjeva stepping just enough in front of Kundelite, and Kundelite did not manage to track this disc down. Maybe that distraction was just enough by Arefjeva to distract Kundelite. And Salaspils now have an opportunity to finish this game. Gasina wanted to throw a hammer, I think, to Arefjeva, but Arefjeva was not really in position to move and the space was not really clean. Arste, hammer into the end zone for Gasina, and that is a game, ladies and gentlemen. So Salaspils, just chipping away, break by break by break, and then 4 breaks up with the game 13-8 over DTS. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's been Salaspils and DTS. Next up, once again, another international matchup. We're going to have Ventspils from Ventspils of Latvia against Ultimate Saku, which is basically a mix of Saku and Tartu players in the women's division, and it's going to be the last game of the day for women's division. Thank you for listening. Don't go anywhere and stay with us.